All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for this? I have an interesting story for you this morning. This will be the end of the show. Someone tried to scam me, okay? And luckily for me, I'm a lot wiser about this stuff than I used to be. I used to be a sucker and fall for stuff, but not anymore. Everything today, I'm very skeptical. Really, honestly, anyone comes at me with some kind of a opportunity or some kind of an offer, I'm always incredibly skeptical. Sometimes, fan will contact me and say, I want to donate something. And I'm like, well, let's figure it all out. We got to talk about it first. We got to arrange, because I want to make sure people aren't trying to mess with me, So particularly this week, something happened that at first I legit thought was real. Okay. And then the further I got into it, the more skeptical I became, to the point where now I realize it's completely fake. And I found out that apparently a bunch of other people got into trouble because of this. And I'll tell you about it in a sec, but let's go step by step. Okay. So the other day, several days ago, I get contacted by an account on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. All right. Now I've confirmed this is fake, so I can show this to you. All right. So understand, this is me exposing a scammer that you all should be aware of, because this is happening to content creators literally right now. Okay. So a few days ago, I received this DM on X from this account, social media marketing specialist at Govee Official, Naomi Zhu. For those who don't know, Govee is one of many RGB lighting companies. They do LED strips, they do giant tower lights, they do all kinds of lighting, right? So I get this message. Hi, King. Now, the reason that she would have said King is because, if you take a look at my Twitter profile or X profile, it says the King is back. The King is festive and merry and stuff like that. So maybe she even thinks that the name is King, right? Who knows? Maybe she doesn't even know my name is Phil, right? But she says, hi, King. I represent Govee Official. We're interested in collaborating with you on advertising integrations, and I believe it would be mutually beneficial. If you're interested, I look forward to hearing from you, okay? So I get this, and I'm like, wonder if it's legit or not. If it's legit, well, I am integrating RGBs into my setup. If this company wanted to put me into one of these things where they'll send me a setup and I hook it up live and I do like videos of it and I show it to you, hey, at the very least, if you get free RGBs, hey, why not, right? If they're offering a sponsorship opportunity where maybe they'll pay me, that's even better. But this is obviously an interesting opportunity if it's real, okay? You don't know if it's real or not. So FYI, I'm not going to show you every screen grab, but basically I went back to them. This is the way I tested them, right? I went back to them and I explained, hey, FYI, I just started doing RGBs in my setup and I'm using this piece of equipment and this piece of equipment. I was like, gee, I wonder if this person actually knows anything about RGB. Because if they're representing a company, right, that sells RGB, that's their function, they should know something about RGB, right? So I sent them all this information and they responded back. We can work together to figure out the set that suits you perfectly. We can go over the details once you've had a chance to review the non-disclosure agreement. Let me know when you're at your computer. It won't take long. So immediately when I read that, I already was like, this is not real. You want to know why? Let me know when you're at your computer. It won't take long. Why do I have to be at my computer specifically to sign a non-disclosure agreement with this company? That doesn't make sense. I could do it on my phone. Why does this person specifically want me to be on my computer for it, right? So immediately, red flag. But I said, I'm going to keep working with them to see if I can get, the evidence to blow this apart, okay? So, sure, send me the info for the agreement. I'm around all day today. Thanks. Okay? Great. Take a look at the document and let me know if everything is fine and if you're satisfied with it. Take a look at this. They send you zoho.uk.net. The hell is that? Here's your personal code, right? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, by the way, no, I did not click that. That's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to click that link on your computer. It immediately starts doing shit. It'll start sending you a virus. It'll do a keylogger. It'll get all your info, right? That's exactly what they want. And that's how sophisticated this shit is today. All you have to do is click a link. And then you get caught. And then next thing you know, they've got control of all your shit. If you remember, was it earlier this year? Linus Tech Tips had all their shit hacked. And it was exactly like this. It looked legit. And if you click on it, that's it. They already get control. But no, I didn't click it. Absolutely not. I didn't touch it. Okay? So after that, I waited a little bit of time. And I went back to them. And I said, please provide some kind of proof that you actually work for Govee. Sending me a random link and a code instead of emailing me from an official company account with an invite is incredibly suspect. Because that's true. If this person is real and they actually do work for the company, they're going to contact you from an official avenue. Okay? They're going to send you something that's an onboarding document. They're going to do, you know what I mean? They're going to send you something that's official from the company. They're not going to say, oh, click this random third-party link based in the UK. You're like, what? Like, that's odd as hell that you would just send me this randomly. Especially because we didn't talk any terms or nothing. They didn't even describe the program to me yet. But now they're sending me a disclosure agreement. Like, what are you talking about? At least tell me the program before you're sending me something to sign and click on. So, here's their response to that, which is absolutely hilarious. Don't worry. You don't need to download or sign anything. What? Your last statement was, take a look at the document. Let me know it's fine. And if you're satisfied with it, oh no, actually over here. You have to review the non-disclosure agreement. And they sent me to a website that says sign. And then they said, oh, don't worry. You don't have to sign anything. You literally just sent me to a signing website. And now you're saying I don't have to sign anything? What are you talking about? Right? You're right. I don't have to sign anything. All I got to do is click on that link and you're going to have all my information. And you're going to screw me. That's what they were trying to do. It wasn't, oh, you know, there's nothing that they really needed me to sign. They just needed me to click the document like a sucker. Okay? So, don't worry. You don't need to download or sign anything. Review the terms and let me know. Here's my LinkedIn account. What? Your LinkedIn account? For those who don't know, LinkedIn is a website where you list your resume. Basically, it's a way to get hired. You can have a digital resume on there that shows all the companies you've worked for. It's meant for networking, for employment. Why would your LinkedIn prove that you work at Govee? Anyone can have a LinkedIn right now and say that they work anywhere. I could have a LinkedIn right now and say that I'm the CEO of Microsoft. And, you know, of course, it's bogus. So, what are you, crazy? So, of course, I responded one more time. Anyone can put anything you want on LinkedIn. You still haven't provided me any proof you actually work for Govee, and scams like this are very common today. So I waited, no response. You still got nothing to say, caught red-handed, nothing. And then last night, before I went to sleep, because I knew I was going to do this story today, I said, you'll have to close this account because I'm exposing you publicly today on stream. Hope you enjoy, scammer. And that's it, because they're not responding anymore. Okay? So this account, Naomi Zhu, on Twitter is a fake account. It's at X Naomi XU. But here's the funny part about the account. All right, you ready for this? Here's the account. This account has existed since 2015. This is what they call a purchased or hacked account, meaning this was someone else's account at some point. And then they got it. They got control of it somehow. Okay, who knows how? But they stole control of someone else's account. They probably changed all the data to say that they work for Govee, but they don't, okay? And every day, they keep retweeting Govee stories to act like they work for Govee when they don't. So that's pretty dangerous because someone at a glance, they might look at this account. By the way, how does this account have so many followers? But you want to see something fascinating? Look how many followers the account had on Thursday. 4,394. As of today, they only have 3,969. Did someone just massively decide to unfollow? No, it's a bot network. This is a bot account on a bot network where they follow and unfollow and post and unpost and repost shit to make it look like it's something it's not. Okay? But what's hilarious about this is the absolute red-handed proof that this is a fake account. They forgot to remove their last scam. If you click on media, there's a post. And if you click on the post, from November 20th, we focus on refreshing your vehicle's interior, providing thorough and reliable auto detailing services. Our team is dedicated to quality, attention, and detail. Oops, you forgot to remove your last scam. You left it on your timeline, you fucking idiot. So, completely bogus, all right? So as all this is going on, I noticed that there's a post, okay? And a post is from a fighting game community guy who I see their posts on X from time to time. And they said, warning, someone out there is trying to scam everyone in the fighting game community who has a YouTube channel. And they actually listed like 7 or 8 big fighting game guys who had their YouTube channels hacked in the last week, including Spooky from Team Spooky, the streamer, the guy who streams all the tournaments. Apparently he had his YouTube hacked, and a bunch of others. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, huh? And I'm thinking about, like, wait a minute. How much you want to bet this is it? How much you want to bet either this account or a similar bot account is contacting people in the community and saying, click here for a sponsorship opportunity. And they don't know better. So they're just clicking on it, and immediately it hacks their computer and takes control of their YouTube account. Yeah, I almost guarantee you that's exactly what's going on. So here's the thing. So now I'm aware all this is going on, right? And I'm like, well, I want to report this account. Because you might say to yourself, how does accounts like this exist? How are they able to exist? Or how are they able to be operating? Obviously, shouldn't a place like X shut down this account, right? Sure. So let me report it, okay? So guess what? Let's report it. Let's see. So step 1, help us understand the issue. What's the problem with the conversation? It's spam, it's related to child safety, or it's abusive and harmful. Well, it's not really any of those, right? So what do we click? So I clicked on it's abusive and harmful. How are they being abusive or harmful? They're disrespectful or offensive. They're posting my private information. They're engaging in targeting harassment, direct hate against a protected category, threatening violence or harm, or encouraging contemplating suicide. None of those. So there's nothing here about, oh, this is a scammer attempting to hack or steal my information. Nothing. If you go into the other ones, what kind of child safety issue? A minor is a potential imminent risk. I am a minor and someone's engaging in an inappropriate conversation. Someone's sharing or selling sexually explicit content with a minor. So you see what I'm saying? If you take a look at all of X's stuff, there's no way to actually report the account. There's no actual way on X to say, this is a bot, this is a spammer, this is a scammer that's trying to take our stuff. So you can't report it. If you misreport it, they ignore your report. You have to actually report it appropriately in the right category, or else they just completely ignore your report. Well, there's no reporting system for this. So what are you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you do it? You can't. I literally just exposed this account as a scam account to all of you live, but I have no way to report it as a scam account. It's on X to do it, and how do you tell them? They don't listen to anything. Yeah, good on them at least that they have this. This is like priority 1, that a kid would be on social media and they're getting harassed or something. This is the most important thing. But are you telling me there's no way to report an obvious scam account that's trying to harm people? No, right now there's not. There's no way for me to report this account.